Oh, look at this. We're just getting ready to get started. Here we go. Uh-oh. Not that. We want this. We want that. That. And that. Here's Johnny. Hey, what do we have to say? Z7's here tonight. Jennifer. Thor. Alex, how are you tonight? Wow. Double jolly good. All right, that being said, let's get the ball rolling. Good evening, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by The 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Let's quickly say hi to who's here. Got Thor, got Fat Stacks, Cody, Jim Bibby. What's happening, Jim? Ribs, Groot the Boss, KG, what's happening? Neil, Jacqueline Fox, Jacques Fox, Alex Wide, I don't know. Will, Marty, Mercy B, how are you? Brian, what's happening? Super Pain, Hunter Trucking, Parallel, Bert, Steve, Will. I like 1% rule you have. I'm glad you like that, Will. I kind of like it myself. No nickname, what's happening? Thor, how are you? Alrighty, that's everybody so far. We the people. Julie C., how are you today? Alright, all that being said, all the formalities done and out of the way. Spark, how you doing? Michael, how are you today? That being said, let's get rolling. Gonna have some of my tea. Who's that? JD Launder, how are you today? That being said, let's get rolling. We're going to start off with what? Matt got Macy's first thing on the list. I was going to start with the list we had yesterday that we didn't finish, but Matt wants to take a look at Macy's. Well, I got some interesting news for you, Macy's. Here's the high, 2209. That was in the end of March last year. We were at 1474. The bottom was back in September. Mid-September. Well, TV is off. Is it really? Let me see a second. So that being said, it should come on any second. Hypothetically, it should come on. There it is. Please wait. It should pop up any second. James Solana, you have to give me the ticker symbol because I have no idea what the ticker symbol is for Solana, which probably gives you an idea. I've never traded it before, which probably leads you to believe it's probably going to be a no. Jose, que pasa? Rob, Christopher, Nomad, Aliba, cool. Araspa, how are you doing? Paul, Lisa, KV, Matt Greer, how are you doing, Matt? Gary, Braden, cool beans, SOL, SMCI, cheese and rice. Why is there somebody always wants to take a look at SMCI? SOL, SMCI. Okay, so Will Lagasto, do me a favor, Will. Go into any financial website whatsoever, anyone. Take a look at what the rate of return for SMCI is at this moment. Also, take a look at how many years of increased dividends SMCI has. Okay, increase. That means every single year. Year after year after year. Not every once in a while, every single year. Take a look at it. Thor, YBIT. YBIT? YBIT. Brian, how many O requests are you going to do tonight? Hopefully none. I can't, you know what? It amazes me. It really does. You know, why people put money where they put it. You got to figure it this way. Your money, you put it where you think is best. Well, here's the thing. If you think it's best, don't you think you should do a little bit more research on where your money goes, how it's being spent, who you're giving it to, how well are they using it, and are they consistently being profitable? They don't know any better. And Brian, you know, I feel bad about that. So I'm here giving this information for free. And there's a lot of other guys out there like me giving information for free. So great. Take a look at the information. Spend some time. What is important? What is it that you need to look at in order for you to make a good educated decision? Is it the right place to put your money? Seriously. If you're going to lend your money to one of your buddies, are you going to lend it to one of them you know is going to pay you back? Or one says, yeah, I promise I'll pay you back. Now, I have a few people in my life says, let me borrow a few bucks, I promise I'll pay you back. Never see the money. Never. Sexy Hockey Dad, what's happening? Haven't seen you in a couple of days. Is your list for this week already made, or do you use tonight's chat to finish it? Well, KG, I'd use tonight's chat to maybe find one or two, but I already have the list for, I don't even know what week we're in. What week are we in? So we're in the last week of November. Wow. So December has 4 weeks. So if we're in the last week of November, we have 5 weeks left. So what's 5 minus 52? Well, that makes it week number 47. So week 47 for the year is today, starts today. So tomorrow is week 47 of the year, which would also be week number 7 of the quarter. All right, let's roll. Macy's. What happened to Macy's? Why is it not there anymore? Okay. Okay, here's Macy's right there. First thing I always want to see is where's the high of the year, where's the low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it going? Well, she went down, sideways again, and we're currently sitting at 1635. 1635. So if I buy it at 1635, I want to sell the 1650s. Look at that rate of return. 77 cents a share. That's over 3%. Trader Kev, what's happening? All right, Trader Kev, nice to see you. Let's roll past where we are. Sweet, Matt Greer. Let's take a look. A year ago, 1483, we topped out the year 2215, and that was back in mid-March. From there, we bottomed out in the beginning of September. JC, what's happening? From the beginning of September, look at the trading range we're in. Look at this, just going sideways like that, between 15 and 16, staying in with that area. But let's take a look at the last 30 days. Where do we predict it's going to go by the end of the week? Well, for that, we are going to need this, the last 30 days. Look where we were 30 days ago. 1550. She drops, jumps, drops, jumps, drops. Here's the bottom right here, 1450. Now we're at 1630. Here's the thing, okay? 1630. Now, take a look at the last traded price. The last traded price is 1630. The bid, 1632. The ask, 1635. Both the bid and the ask being above the last price. Usually that means the market maker is going to push the price up. Okay, great. So he pushes the price up. Wonderful. What's going to happen? We don't have much more room before we hit the high of the year, or the high of the 30-day period. Do you think it's going to hit? Now, I see XOM right there. I think it's on the list. XOM. Okay, we'll take a gander at ExxonMobil. Just give me a little bit, Anthony, all right? So, I like Macy's. It's been giving me a lot of money. Wait a minute. Jelly beans. Do you educate the new people along the way for the ones who subscribe? Of course I do. Kohl's, Walgreens, Vail, Pfizer, Macy's are in my list. Vail is not on my list, but all the other ones are. Matt, you didn't think about seasonality? Wow, come on. Let's look at seasonality. Seasonality tells us where does this stock normally go based on the year. Well, All the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. This is one whole year. The blue line is actually the movement for this year. The red line is 10 years worth of data. That was how does a stock normally move this time of year based on historical performance. I got to change this a little bit because I'm missing a little bit of my chart right there. Whoops, that's not it. Right, there we go. That's all the way January 1st. So here's the fourth quarter. Take a look at the fourth quarter for Macy's. Okay? The beginning of the fourth quarter here. Look at that upward movement for the fourth quarter. We're currently right here. So we got from here to the end of the year to look forward to an uptrend with the Macy's. Well, I like Macy's, so let's see what a covered call would look like on Macy's. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is it I only teach one trading strategy? Well, the reason I teach only one trading strategy is very simple. When my daughter was 9 years old, she wanted to learn how to trade. She says, Daddy, can you teach me? I said, okay. So here's the challenge when you're trying to teach a 9-year-old how to pick stocks in the stock market and not lose. All right, so here's the challenge. Ready? It had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable, consistent, and no way that she could lose. So in order to figure that part out, well, I came up with 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. If you cannot picture yourself holding it for 5, 10, 15 years, don't buy it. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. I know who Macy's is. I know what they do. I know a lot about Macy's, okay? Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. And if you think this is not a game, you're sadly mistaken, because it is. You just got to know the rules. You got to know the ins and outs. You got to know the shortcuts. And then you got to stick to your strengths. What are you good at? Don't try something that is too complicated for you to comprehend. Okay? If you don't understand it, don't do it. Everybody understands buy a stock low and sell it high. That's the easy point. That's easy. But how do you make money consistently with that? Well, you have to add a strategy. Well, that's a covered call, the simplest, safest strategy there is. Buy a stock, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for the exact same price, collect what's called a premium. If that premium is over 1% every single week, you can make, just like I do, over 50% per year. Safely, predictably, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. If you want to go in and take a look at all of the quarterly reports and all the annual reports, fine, knock yourself out. Me, I like to go straight to the dividends because there are institutions that track what companies pay a dividend, how consistently do they pay a dividend, how consistently do they increase their dividends. Okay? Someone else already takes care of that for me. The lists are simple. The Dividend Kings, 50 years of increased dividends. The Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of increased dividends. The Dividend Champions, 25 years of increased dividends, but a little different rules than the Aristocrats. The Dividend Contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased dividends. And then I like to throw in Warren Buffett's list just for the fun of it because he is Warren. That 5 list will give you over 300 companies to look at. If you can look at 300 companies every single week, more power to you. I can't. What I do is I go straight to the calendar. Now, this calendar tells me when the stocks that I like, the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett list, those 5 lists, when are those companies specifically paying out a dividend? Those little green dots. Okay? There's 3 months and a quarter. January, February, March, quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. July, August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter 4. We are currently in the 2nd month of the 4th quarter. Okay? We're coming to the last week of the 2nd month of the 4th quarter. So next week, we're actually into the first week of the 3rd month of the 4th quarter, also known as week number 48. All right, that's next week. We are currently, tomorrow, week number 47. That being said, each one of these little dots represents a company that's getting ready to pay a dividend. That's what I use to tell me when. Now, a dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to the shareholders. So that being the case, if they consistently increase their dividends, well, they must be consistently profitable. Mr. Glock 35, what's happening? If they're consistently profitable, they consistently increase their dividends. So if on the first week in January, I just take a look at all the lists, the Kings, the Aristocrats, the Champions, Contenders, Warren Buffett's list, and then I update my list. I compare my list to the new updated list, and someone else does that for me. I think it's great. Now, that being said, rule number 4. Make sure there are weekly options available. No weekly options, no thank you. The reason why I say that, I said it earlier and I will continue to repeat it every single night. I want weekly paychecks. I want a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. The only way I'm going to be able to get that is through a trading strategy that singles out, that focuses on weekly trades or weekly paychecks. That is the covered call using weekly options. They expire every single Friday. Let's get rid of this for a second. See this little date right up here? November 29, 2024. That's this coming Friday. December 6th, 2024. That's next Friday. That's 2 Fridays away. The 13th December, that's 3 Fridays away. 20 December, that's 4 Fridays away. 27 December, that's 5 Fridays away. Every single Friday, a weekly option expires. So if I buy first thing Monday morning, sell an option first thing Monday morning, okay, and I get out on Friday, I get that 1% every single week, and that makes my life so much easier. Okay, I'm retired. I have no desire to go back to work. I have enough money in my investment account that at 1% per week pays all my bills. Isn't that what I need? All right. All right, so let's actually do a trade with Macy's using the 1650 because the stock is currently at 1635. The closest strike price would be the 1650. So if I'm buying it Monday morning, tomorrow morning at 1650, right, and exactly 9:31 a.m., I get to buy this at the market open. As soon as the market opens, this gets filled. And then a couple of seconds later, this gets filled. The call strike that I'm selling against it, because I want to buy the stock and sell the option at the exact time, same time. So I'm going to change this right here. And this platform here behind me, Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab, automatically fills everything for me. I'm going to change it to covered stock. There you go. Remember, I said I like the 1650. Here it is right here. So I want to buy it at 1650. Now, I'm just going to do one contract to give you an idea how much it costs and what kind of rate of return I can expect. All right, so here's what it sounds like. Listen closely. Buy one covered call of Macy's 100. That is the weekly option. 29 November 24. That means the option that I am selling is going to expire at 4 p.m. on this coming Friday. 1650. Remember, we talked about it. 1635 is the current price. I want to sell the 1650. So if I buy it at 1635, sell it at 1650, I'm going to get this profit here plus the difference between the 1635 and the 1650. Super villain. Ooh, are we talking options? Is this the beginning? Yes, it is. What are the basics? Ooh, super villain. Are you ready? All right. Here, very quickly. I invest in dividend stocks, specifically companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years, paid to their investors. At least 20 years. That's 2 decades. Then I wait for them to get ready to pay their dividend because stock increases in value just before the dividend is paid out. I buy the stock at the market price on a Monday. I sell a covered call against it, looking to gain a 1% consistently every single week, thus giving me a 50% return or more by the end of the year. 1% safe, predictable, consistent per week. That's what I'm looking for in a nutshell. All right? Glad you're here, though. Let's continue. So, as I was saying, buy one covered call, Macy's, 29 November 24. That's this coming Friday. If I'm buying it at $16.35, I'm selling it at $16.50. I'm collecting 15 cents per share. I'm collecting 15 cents per share right off the bat, and then I'm also collecting the premium, which is $97.50. So let's check out the math. What exactly does that mean? So if my break even is here, $15.52, okay, anything above $15.52 is going to be a profit. So if the stock goes up, profit. Stock stays the exact same, profit. The stock can even come down to $15.52 before I start losing any money. All right. Maximum profit, $97.50. What does that mean? Well, let's check it out. Clear this. $97.50. That's the profit for one contract. So what does one contract cost? Well, a contract consists of 100 shares. So 100 shares of Macy's at the current price is $1,553. 155 divided by 1,553. Okay, so that's my investment. So what's going to happen? Okay, first thing Monday morning, I'm going to separate myself from $1,553. Then I am going to accumulate 100 shares of the stock. And then within seconds, seriously, within seconds, I am going to sell the covered call. Now, I don't do this, manually. The computer does it, the trade. So I send the trade in and it gets filled. So as soon as I buy the stock, $15.53, okay, I sell the option. So if someone to buy it from me for more than I just paid for it, I get to collect that premium. And that premium just so happens to be, that can't be right, 6%? Can that really be right? $97. It cost me $1,500. Let me try that again. $97.50 divided by the purchase price, $1,553. That equals 6.2%. I'm writing that down. Even though I already know Macy's in one account, I'm going to write down for another account. That's just freaking crazy. All right. That being said, that's the Macy's trade. First and foremost, there's a bunch of questions you need to ask yourself. Okay, you ready for these questions? You got a bunch of questions. Let me get back to where we were. All right. Very first question you should ask yourself. Does this make sense? That's a good question. If I'm buying Macy's first thing in the morning at the market open, selling somebody to buy it from me for almost the exact same price I paid for it, collecting what's called a premium off of a covered call, one of the safest strategies there is, and it gives me a 6% return for the week if the stock is above $15.50 or the $16.50. Is that right? No, that wasn't right. Did I do the 50? No, I should be doing the $16.50, not the $15.50. No. All right, hold on. Let's try it again. The $16.50. Okay. Did we do the $16.50? Was that the $15.50? The $16.50. Okay, one contract at the market open at the beginning of the day, 97.50. Yeah, all the numbers are right. Holy shit, 6%. Holy cow. Works for me. Now, I'm not telling anybody to do that trade. It is not a tip. It is not, what do you call that? A recommendation. It's not advice. It is nothing more than the observation of the numbers that are on the screen. Okay? Macy's, we all know who Macy's is. The current price to buy it tomorrow morning, hypothetically, is going to be $16.35. Now, as soon as the market opens, is that going to be exact? No. As soon as the market opens, all of these numbers change. And if you look at that, first thing in the morning, change. Every 3 or 4 seconds, the numbers change. They do. So you got to throw the dart, make your choice, be okay with it. Because the longer you look at it, the more it's going to change, the more anxiety you're going to have. Rich. Wait a minute. Rich and Free 7. Cool beans. Gotta love it, dude. Love that name. All right. Anyway, so that's Macy's. Let's jump in and take a look at another company. Holy shit, I got 60 questions. Let's see if I can go through these real quick. Now, please don't think I'm ignoring your questions. It's going to take me a while to get to them. I got 6 cameras going. Facebook camera died, so I haven't been doing Facebook lately, and nobody's called to complain. Riz, giving for Thanksgiving. Thanks, Will. Lori, good evening. Laura, good evening again. Mr. Cruz, how you doing? Oscar, Austin. Junk removal, AMD. AMD? Oops. Isn't that Advanced Micro Divisions? AMD. Aren't they a no because they have no dividends? Snoopy. XOM. Junk removal. Sorry, AMD has no dividends. No dividends. No thank you. Plain and simple. Now, Snoopy, ExxonMobil. I like ExxonMobil, but I think we looked at this last night, and I think the premiums really weren't that great. See, right now it's at the high of a 30-day period, which is not something I'd jump into. 121.98, we'd be looking at the 122s, and it's not paying enough. So 2 reasons. Number one, it's not paying enough, and it usually does pay better, and it's at the high of a 30-day period. See, you have nothing to compare it to the high because it's at the high. But look at all this space down here where the low is. Stocks go up and then they come down. Why do you think they go up? Well, they go up specifically because they just came down from profit taking. When a stock goes from 115, there's the bottom right there, and it jumps up to 123. There's your high right there, 123. Laura, how are you? Let me get one thing clear here, Miss Laura. This is not advice. This is pure entertainment. I sing, la 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 la, and I dance. Okay, no advice whatsoever. This is just purely observation. I'm observing where the high is and where the low is. I'm also observing where is it actually moving. It moved down, it moved up, it moved down, it moved up. It's just an observation. It's not advice. I also observe that here is the current price in which I can buy it for tomorrow morning. Okay, if I buy it for this morning, for this price here, tomorrow morning, well, this is the closest one here. Just an observation. And then I do a little bit of fancy math. If I'm buying it at 122, what is $1 of 122? It's less than 1%. It's just an observation. It is not advice. I always tell people, do your own due diligence, do your own research, and make sure whatever it is you're doing is right for you, because we're all different. And there's an ass for every saddle. Okay? So what's right for me may not be right for you. What's right for you may not be right for me. I like specifics, I like details, I like consistency, and I like safety. I'm 60 years old. I have no desire to go back to work. Now, I do applaud those guys when you walk into Walmart, these old guys that are sitting there at the door greeting, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Greeters, great, wonderful, awesome. Are they doing it because they want to get out of the house, or are they doing it to make ends meet? I don't want to be someone that has to do something to make ends meet. It's not on my agenda. Now, if I go to work, I do it just for the pure joy of working, because I do enjoy working. And nowadays, I don't get paid to go to work. I work because I enjoy it. Okay? But I don't work for anyone. So I do work at my mother's house. I do work at my son's house. I do work at my other son's house. I do work at the house I'm here. Okay, I think I built a deck this week, and I built some plant shelves outside. Next, I'm going to build some bird houses. I'm just having fun. And I'm going to build a new shed at my mother's house. I'm just having fun enjoying my golden years, so to speak. And I'm fortunate enough to have saved up enough money through my investments and through a few other things in order to take 1% every single week in order to pay my bills. All right, so it's not advice, it's just an observation, an entertainment. I will sing and dance and sing a little tune. Okay, junk removal. I like AMD, especially if by Monday it breaks 140. AMD. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look. A year ago, AMD is at the bottom of the year at 132. She jumps up, drops down, challenges at 132 again in the beginning of September, finds the high of the year, 174.05. Drops, retrace, drops, retrace, drops. Look at where we are now. Okay? Down, up, down, up. Now it's going sideways. Do you really think she's going to shoot up there? I don't know. What does seasonality tell us? Seasonality tells us this thing moves up in the last couple of months. Not huge. Okay? Not huge at all. Very slight to the upside if you like AMD. Me? No. Only because it has no dividends. No dividends, no thank you. Okay, there's two different kinds of companies in the stock market. We checked last night, 9,749 different companies you can choose from. This is not one that shares their profits. The ones that shares their profits, I think it was 4,500 some odd numbers. So about half the companies in the stock market share profits. The other half do not. So you either want capital growth, income, or a combination of the two. Okay? Kinder Morgan, Snoopy, really? Kinder Morgan's not one I normally hear from. But let's take a look. KMI. Hell no. Now, Kinder Morgan is on my list. They are a dividend king. It's one of those companies that I really like. However, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. Okay? It's at the high of the year. Why would you buy it at the high of the year? This is not a time for buying, friends. This is a time for selling, in my humble opinion, of course. Okay? It's only my humble opinion. Okay, if you want to buy at the high, be my guest. Okay, I buy here. See where the stock goes up, it comes back down, turns around, and then goes back up. Goes up, pulls back. That's where I want to buy. 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 Okay, goes up, takes the profits, then it goes back up again, takes profits, goes back up again. Yeah, that's where I want to do it. So sorry, Snoopy. Kinder Morgan doesn't really look that appetizing to me for this week. What else do we got here? Need tax sales sometimes. Okay. Yes, finally someone talking about what I like. Zeus, first time here, dude. How are you today? KG, is it to sell a stock below what you paid, or if you collected enough premiums to be ahead? KG, okay, I don't like selling for a loss. If I buy it at $20, I do not want to sell it at $19.99, $19.95, $18.22, $16.83. No. $20, if I buy it $20, I want to sell it for $20 or more. And I want to collect the premiums along the way, or the dividends. Dividends, premiums, accumulation, either way, I'm looking for that 1% every week. It always comes to a numbers game. What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? What am I taking in? How safe is this trade for me? Number one, I would never buy something I don't know. Kinder Morgan, I know who they are. They're dividend king. They've been in business for quite a while, and they've increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Okay, if you give your money to someone who consistently profitable for 5 decades, I feel quite safe with that. Okay, now some people want to say, well, what about VOO? No. What about SPIY? No, they don't have 20 years of history. You can't. I'm not even going to get into it. Chris, thoughts on collecting dividends versus selling covered calls for income? Now, Chris, don't get me wrong. I love dividends. I really do. Okay, I specifically like dividends because they tell me when to buy the stock. Because just before the dividend, let's take a look here at Target here for a second. Target right here. Okay, this is November the 20th. This was last week. This is when Target paid their dividend. Okay? Target has a tendency to increase in value before the dividend is paid. So here's the question. If the dividend is here, I buy it here. I have 3 weeks for it to go up to hit my target. What's my target? My target is the premium. What is the premium on target? The premium on target at 125, the 125 is 160. Do you see that? 125, the premium, 160. That is more than 1%. Okay, great. What is the dividend? The dividend for target is 112. Now, I didn't go to college. I admit that freely. I'm terribly sorry for those of you who went to college and have some, what do they call that? Student debt? Yeah, I have none of that. Sorry. But I do know that 150, the premium, 160, sorry. The premium, 160, okay, if I buy the stock at 125 and I sell someone the right to buy from me at 125, that's 160 bucks. I mean, that's 160, but for one contract, that's 160 bucks. Okay, is better than the dividend, because the dividend is only 112. So the question I got for you, would you prefer the dividend, 112, or would you prefer the premium, 160? It's kind of a silly question, but it kind of is what it is. Okay, also, after the dividend is paid, the stock has a tendency to go down. Okay? So that's something to keep in mind also. Show me a dividend that pays 1% per week, then we can have a conversation. Oh, Chris. Okay, Bama Redneck, I'm pretty sure you answered this one. I hope you answered this one. I never once said there's any companies out there paying a dividend for 1% every week. Never said that. Where do you see the words coming out of my mouth? Because every single word that I speak is actually recorded. Believe it or not, this screen here behind me is recorded live on YouTube. Every single episode I have done since the beginning of the year has been recorded. You can go into every single episode I looked at, hit transcribe, okay? Hit transcribe, and it will transcribe every single word I uttered out of my mouth. And I can guarantee you with 100% accuracy, never once have I ever said there's a company that pays a 1% dividend every week. Never. Okay, what I do say is dividend investing for weekly cash flow. I use the dividends to tell me when the company's going to pay their dividend so that I can buy the stock before the dividend date, because stocks have a tendency to go up before the dividend is paid. And then I use what is called a covered call coupled with a weekly option. That's where weekly investing for cash flow comes in with dividend stocks. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Okay? Hope that's understandable. What is a good disved? Okay, quickened Christian? What is a disved? I have no idea what that means. And Chris, I hope that answered your question. You know, the dividends as opposed to the covered call. I would prefer to do a covered call any day of the week because most of the time the dividend is not 1%, where the premium on the covered call is. And after the dividend is paid, the stocks have a tendency to go down in value. Before the dividend is paid, the stocks have a tendency to go up in value. So if I couple everything I know together, if I know the stock is going to go up, I don't know by how much, okay? I just have a rough idea that it's going up before the dividend is paid. If I know that information, then doing a covered call is one of the easiest strategies. Joe Sullivan, what's happening? Yes, Joe Sullivan, Target does have a lot of black swans, at least for a year. All right. KLAC has a nice dividend if you have 3,000 shares. Snoopy, what the heck is KLAC? It's never a good thing, Snoopy, when I say what the hell is this or what the hell is that. KLAC. Yeah. Sorry, dude. I thought I made myself perfectly clear. Monthly options? No. When I say rule number 4, make sure the company has weekly options. Okay, monthly? No, thank you. Doesn't work for me. Next on the list is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. What is a good dividend option to begin dividend investing from scratch? Quickened Christian. Now, you're new here, dude. So my suggestion, just a suggestion, it's not advice. Okay, if you want to take it as advice, great, fine. Keep coming back. Keep watching, keep learning. I do the exact same thing every single night. Okay, I talk about dividend stocks and investing for 1% cash flow for a weekly basis. Now, it's not that difficult. It should take you maybe 1-2 sessions to be able to grab on quick and see what it looks like. KG, yes, that's called an in and out of the money covered call. If in the money, it works best because you are. Okay. What do you set the calendar up? Oh, did I set the calendar up, Randy? No, not really. The only thing I did, okay, now the calendar is preset with all this stuff right here, okay, public information, okay, 25 years of dividends, 50 years of dividends right there, okay, all ETFs, American style indices, cash settled futures. This is all the presets that comes with this software. Okay? And then you have all these, and then you have all those, and then you have all these, and then you have all those, and then you have all these. But up here where it says personal, these are my personal lists. Okay, so yeah, I set up my own personal list. If you don't want to use my own personal list, you can do these right here. What is that? 25 years of dividends. Well, there they are right there. Okay? AOS, O, GWW, BRO, IBM, PPG, ED, KView, WST, ExxonMobil, all these have 25 years of dividends. 25 years of dividends. That's not increased dividends. That's of dividends. There's a huge difference because you could pay a 1 penny dividend for 25 years and you'd make this list. Okay, dividend kings are 50 years of increased dividends. That means one after another, after another, after another. Okay, now I preset mine by creating my own lists. Okay, these right here are companies that are over 100 years old, or close to 100 years old. Okay, another list of mine is, this is my old list, and I've worked on this list for over 20 years. These are the stocks that I like. Some of them aren't 100 years old. Some of them are less than 100 years old. Rule number 5, follow rule number 1 through 4. I like that, Larissa. All right, so let's go back to here. So KLAC is a no. Sorry, dude. Okay. Protect your own downside. Rule number 1. Gotta love that one. Bam Redneck, Ready White, thing, anything on the watch list. How do you trade options? Yancey, thou. Well, simple. Okay. If you are not approved for options, this is what you will see. Right here, just the information on the stock itself. The open, the high, the low, the close, the bid, the ask, the volume. All the information you see anywhere on the stock market. But in order to do options, you have to be approved for options. And if you're not approved for options, you will not see the option chain. Now, I don't like monthlies. They just don't work for me. So we go to AT&T. That has the weeklies. How do you trade an option? Simple. Tim, how are you? How do I trade an option? Simple. You take your little cursor. When you move your little cursor around, see that little dot right there? Okay, that one says sell. That one says buy. So if I want to buy it, I just click. Software fills it in automatically. Okay, I move this out of my way. Okay, now it allows me to buy however many contracts I want. I can buy 50 contracts if I want to. Okay, 50 contracts of this company. Okay, limit order market, or however you want to look at it. It's basically the same as buying a stock. Same thing. You click buy, you click sell. Same thing. I don't want to do that. Okay, so Eastern time, of course, Eastern time. It's when the stock market opens. Matthew, iStock goes down when it goes down by Okay, hold on a second. Doing well, enjoying the lives. Thank you. You're welcome there, Mr. Tim. Matthew, iStocks go down. All right, if stock goes down, when it does go down, dividend, there is no economic gain. Well, that's why I don't want to collect the dividend. I want to collect the premium. Okay, so do I want to collect the dividend? What is this? This is AT&T? I don't even know what the dividend, what AT&T is. Okay, so AT&T doesn't have a dividend in November. October? No. So it's got to be September. Where the hell is the dividend for AT&T? Really? Where the hell is the dividend for AT&T? I know they have one. There it is. July. That's okay. So the dividend for AT&T is 27 cents. Okay? See that? 27 cents. What is the premium? Current price 23. The 23 is 24 cents. So if the premium's 24 cents and the dividend's 27 cents, well, there you go. The actual dividend's higher than the premium. Doesn't always happen that way. But sometimes it does. But you are right. The stock has a tendency to go down in price after the dividend is paid. You're right. John Black, if you could stream on YouTube, we could see the screen in full resolution. Would definitely watch. Well, John, apparently you didn't listen to what I said. Okay, this screen, just the screen alone, is live on YouTube. As a matter of fact, let's go run over to YouTube real quick. Okay, here's YouTube right here. Okay, look, right there. Okay, live broadcast. Look, live and live. Live on YouTube. As a matter of fact, let's go run over to YouTube real quick. Didn't I just say that? Okay, here's YouTube right here. Okay, look, right there. Okay, live broadcast. Look, live and live. Live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Didn't I just say that? Okay, here's YouTube right here. Okay, look, right there. Okay, live broadcast. Live and live. Now let's get out of there. So yeah, it is live on YouTube right now, John. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 cameras going right now. TikTok, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So I got 2 YouTube channels, 2 TikTok channels, Twitter and Instagram. Okay, Facebook, it was just a pain in my ass, so I don't do that one anymore. So yeah, it is. Doge. No, Mr. Pool Doctor. SPX, baby. SPX. What the heck do you want SPX for? SPX. Okay. Number 1, dude, if you honestly believe that I have enough money to buy 1,000 shares of SPX at $6,000 a share, you're smoking something that I would really like to have some. Hell no. No. Sorry. I'm $250 and below per share. Matthew, and if the stock tanks, you lose big. It's asymmetrical risk. To gain 6%, no thank you. Well, Matthew, I'm going to agree with you. However, Matthew, you're missing rule number 1. Now, Matthew, if you think that Coca-Cola can disappear and just go bankrupt overnight? Well, it probably could. You probably also believe that magic bullet bullshit. Okay, I don't know if you know what the magic bullet is. It's a bullet that stops in midair, turns 90 degrees, waits for a couple of seconds, goes forward 2 or 3 feet, stops again, turns another 90 degrees, and then cuts the angle and goes forward. You believe that bullshit. You probably believe Ford, General Motors, companies that have been in business over 100 years, over a decade. You probably believe those can disappear overnight too. No, it doesn't work that way. Rule number 1, never buy a stock you do not want to hold on to long term. If you think it's going to go down, don't buy it. Seriously. You honestly think Ford is going to disappear overnight? No. You think Pfizer is going to disappear overnight? Probably not. Bank of America? Hell no. Okay. Don't buy a company if you think there's a possibility of it's going down or it's going to disappear. Okay? Anyway. But you're right. If you think it's going to go down and lose big, don't do it. It's that simple. What the hell were you thinking? Absolutely, Steve. You got to pay to play. Absolutely. It's not a tip. It's a check. Hollywood! What's happening? Matthew, yes. Uh-oh. Matthew has something to say. What was it? Uh-oh, it was right by Hollywood. Where's Hollywood? Uh-oh. I'm sorry, guys. Anytime I hit the screen wrong, it just disappears. I'm still looking. Oh, boy. All right, there it is. Hollywood. All right, Matthew. Yes, I have been trading for a large hedge fund for 24 years. My advice, no long-term investments. I'm going to agree that one. Oh, make long-term investments? Hell no. My Thinkorswim says 0.77 for 1650 Macy's on number 29. Okay. Macy's. Oops. 77 cents for the 1650. The 1650, 77 cents. Right there. Okay? 77 cents for the 1650s. Okay? No discrepancy right there. I'm agreeing with you 100%. It's not what you know, it's who you know. No, not necessarily, JC. I'm going to disagree with you there. Okay. Billy Massey. Where do you normally position your covered call strikes for the weeklies? At the money. Okay? I buy at the money on a Monday. I sell at the money premiums. In, out, lovely. What about ARR? ARR. I'm going to say no because it's a monthly optionable stock. Okay? No, thank you. Same thing. What is the premium? Is the premium the bid minus the ask? No. Stacy. The bid minus the ask is called the spread. That's how much the market maker makes. So you see the bid here and the ask here. The difference between the two is called the spread. And that's the profit for the market maker. Think of a corner store. Circle K, 7-Eleven, Quick Stop, Quick Mart, whatever corner store you got. Everybody has a corner store down around the corner, down a few blocks, whatever. If the corner store owner, person owns that, if he buys a gallon of milk, let's say $3, he sells it to you for $3.50. His profit is 50 cents. You cannot go to the farmer and buy the milk. I'm watching on here, don't see you on TikTok anymore. Kim, how are you today? I am on TikTok. On TikTok, right there. Waiting for Matthew. What do you mean, JC? Okay, Everblessed. What about AR? ARR's a no. Kelly, IBM, should that be a put? Now, Kelly, I don't really talk about puts here. Now, I do a lot of different trading strategies, but here, for free, I teach you one strategy and only one strategy. That is the covered call on a good quality dividend stock. Once it hits a bottom, turns around, goes back up, my humble opinion, it's a perfect time to buy for me. You guys got to figure out what's right for you. I'm just sharing what I do. I'm not giving advice. I'm not giving tips. This is just entertainment and observation. Stacy, no. Premium is the cost of the option, intrinsic plus time. Something like that. Matthew's a little on the knowledgeable side, but I have a tendency to believe that the smarter the person is, the less they get it. It's simple. It was created for a 9-year-old. Adults have a tendency to make things more complicated than they need to be. 86, how you doing? All right, please show me. Elijah, angels, you actually got to give me a better question than that, because I can show you a lot of things. Please show me. I can show you my fingers. I can show you my palm. I can show you my ear. I can show you my hair. I can show you a lot of things, but you got to be specific what you want me to show you. John Dill, where is the stock internet insurance? Where is the stock internet stock insurance? I have no idea what that means, John. Matthew, thanks. Where is the premium stated? Stacy, the premium. The premium is stated right here. These are what's called the stock option premiums. Okay, these are the call options on this side. These are the put options on this side. Okay, where you see the difference between the black down here and the purple down here, where they come together, that is called at the money. Okay, the black right here is called out of the money. The purple up here is called in the money. Okay, in the money, at the money, out of the money. All right, as you pick and choose each one, the rate of return changes. The cost or the premium that you collect or pay changes also. STZ or no? Alex, STZ, what the heck is STZ? Constellation. Ooh, okay, so hold up for a second. Now, I've never heard of Constellation, STZ, so I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance, put in STZ, and see how consistent they are with their dividends. Okay, now I'm looking for 20 years of increased dividends. So let's go back 2018, 16, 15. Yeah, 2015 to 2024. That's only 9 years. No, thank you. PB, can we check Mara for tomorrow, please? Yes, we can, PB. Hold on a second. So, Alex, STZ, it doesn't work for me because I like 20 years. That's 2 decades. This thing only has 2015, only have 9 years. Okay, I don't want 9 years, I want 20 years. All right, so there's 9,741 companies available. STZ doesn't make it for me. Sorry, Alex. She had a question. What was it? Question over here on YouTube. What was it? Marathon. Okay, Marathon. M-A-R-A. Now, Marathon doesn't have any dividend, and it's going to be a no only because, take a look. Currently at the 30-day high, look at the run-up from the 30-day bottom right around 15 to where it is now, 26. That is an $11 increase, which is a little over 21%. So 21% from here to here, that's going to be 15 to 25, that's 10. No, it's about 2%. 20, yeah, it's about 20%. Okay, there's going to be profit taken more than likely. Is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed, but more than likely. Okay, with a big jump like that, okay, it's a 30-day high. What usually happens on a 30-day high? Profit taking. Do I want to be involved in profit taking? I don't want to be buying. I want to be selling. That's me. CMI. That's no. Okay, I like weeklies, not monthlies. IBIT, Larry, IBIT. Interesting. It's going to be a no, Larry, only because, well, I don't know about the dividends, but before we even look at those, look at here. It's at the high of the year. Why would you possibly want to buy at the high of the year? Like standing on a ladder waiting for someone to bring you a taller ladder. Just doesn't make sense to me. Are you withdrawing that 1% every week or only as needed? Only as needed, KG. John Dill, Walmart is on the move. Yes, it is. WMT. Okay, it is also at the high of the year. For me, no thanks. I will sit and I'll watch it. And as soon as it pulls back, turns on. So look right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Where do you think it's going to go next? Okay, we don't know where the top's going to be. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be the next month. But as soon as it turns around, bounces back off, then I'll take a look at Michael. How are you today? Okay, STZ, we already said no to that one. AI stocks or make money. John Dill, alrighty. I have no idea what you're talking about there, John. I don't do AI stocks because I don't know a single AI stock that is over 20 years old. Okay, Archer Aviation. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. Kroc being elected should have shot the stocks crazy. Should have. CMI, or look at that one. Premium is another word for price. Absolutely, Matthew. Stacy, I tried the strategy on paper and can't tell what occurred about that of what occurred amount of premium and is exercised. Okay, Stacy. Stacy, if you really want to chat, I tell this to everyone. You really want to chat, send me your number. I will give you a call. We'll chat. Okay? Be leery. There are over 28 other people pretending to be me, using my personal videos, my personal pictures. But when I always tell people, you really want to talk to me, send me your number. I'll give you a call. All right? Now, I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do futures. I don't do Telegram, and I don't do Snapchat. I don't do, what's that other one? What's up? Yeah, I don't do that one. There's a lot of things I don't do. The only thing I do here is dividend stocks with covered calls against them. Arch, A-R-C-H, A-R-C-H. Interesting, but it's a no. Okay, monthly options, no thank you. XRP, that's not even a dividend. That's not even a dividend stock, dude. CMI, we looked at that one. Matthew, he is saying you receive premium when you purchase your shares and options. Okay, thank you, Stacy. It's more like when you purchase the shares and then you sell the options against them. Okay, what site do you use? I use Thinkorswim for my trading. I use Thinkorswim and I also use Robinhood. For my research, I use Yahoo Finance. Cool, get some. What's that? Colonel get some? APA, is that Apache? APA. Okay, ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look, it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's turning around, going to the upside. 22.82, the closest strike price is going to be the 23. The 23 is 7 cents to 31. You might get your 1% out of that. Yes, because he's selling the option while long the stock. So you collect the price of the option. Exactly, Matthew. Thank you for that. Answer your chats. Okay, Alex, you're under the impression that I'm ignoring my chats. What you failed to register there, Mr. Alex, is that I have a chat over here on Instagram. I have a chat over here on Twitter. I have a chat over here on YouTube. I have another chat over here on TikTok. And I have another chat down here on YouTube again. So if it takes me a little bit of time to get to your questions, I'm terribly sorry about that. All right, so let's keep on going. I'll get to the questions best I can. What about DX? What the heck is DX? Anytime I say what the heck is this, what the heck is that, usually it's going to be a no. Monthly options? No, thank you. Hey, James, Chad, Wisniewski, how are you today? Arch, Elijah, ARCH. You don't listen either, dude. Okay? Monthly options, no thank you. Matthew, how can you tell the amount of premium? Stacy, I pointed this out to you earlier. Okay? Where it says call options or put options. Bid, ask, volume, open interest, whatever information you want to look over here. The premium for whatever strike price you want to choose. Right now the stock is at 175. Okay, the 175 is right here. The call option. Well, if you want to buy it, see how that little cursor lights up and says buy? You're paying $6.50. If you want to sell it, it lights up to say sell, and it says $5.10. Now, $5.10 is a heck of a lot higher than 1% of 175. But this is a monthly option. I don't do monthly options because the numbers just don't work for me. And trying to figure out where it's going to be in 4 weeks is not as easy as figuring out where it's going to be in 3 weeks. Okay, MJ, I already said no to CMI. Matthew, when you sell a call, it gives you the right to sell the stock at the strike price. Yeah, there's a difference between a call option and the put option. So Matthew's right. The call option allows you to sell the rights for someone to buy the stock from you at a certain price by a certain date. So when you get to strike prices, let me go back to AT&T. That's a weekly. It makes it easier for me. 23.17, I'll be looking at the 23s right here. Okay, 32 by 24. All right, that's more than 1%. By the 29th. See where it says 29 November? So if I buy the stock first thing tomorrow morning at 23.17, I can sell somebody the right, not the obligation. It's difference between a call and a put. Put, you can be obligated, where a call, you have the right but not the obligation. Okay, I have the, if I buy it at 23.17, I sell the 23s. I'm going to collect 24 cents per share, but I'm losing 17, so I probably wouldn't do it because the numbers just don't work. Okay, the 23.50, 8 to 9, those don't work either, but still the principle is the same. If I sell the 23, that means somebody, doesn't matter who buys it, can buy that stock for me at 23, because that's the strike price, by a certain date. This particular one is 29 November, which is this coming Friday. Okay. John Dill, congressmen and senators can make your money in the stocks fast. Yes, they can, because they're crooks. It's on the screen, like the price beat. Oh, thank you there, Matthew. How about Macy's? Joel, we already looked at Macy's. It was the first stock we looked at today of your portfolio. KG, I have no idea what you just said. Only thing I'm seeing is of your portfolio. Archer Aviation, already looked at that one. How about Goog? Yeah, it looks cheap. G-O-G-G. Wait, G-O-G? Is that Google? Alphabet? Yeah, no. Okay, the reason why I'm saying no to Alphabet or Google is because specifically they do not have 20 years of dividends. Okay? That means they're not consistently profitable, in my humble opinion. Bid is on the screen. Yep, I've been doing MR lately. Premium 6 to 8%. It's at the high right now. Okay, inspire me more. I got you. View request. What do I think of ATO? ATO. Atmos Energy. No. It's a double no. Here's the reason why it's a double no. Reason number one, it's at the high of the year. No, thank you. Number two, it's a monthly optional stock. Those numbers just don't work for me. I'm not looking for monthly cash flow. I'm looking for weekly cash flow. Can't get weekly cash flow with a monthly optional stock. Just doesn't work. Inspire me more. I'm just rolling it and making 2%, even though I can exit at my cost basis. Premiums are just too juicy. Inspire me more, dude. I remember when you first started out, you were a little skeptical. I'll accept your apology anytime you like. John Dill, Christmas account pays 5%. Yeah, but that's for the year, John. We're talking about 1% a week. 1% a week is 50% per year, not 5% per year. Now, I know I didn't go to college, and I'm not sure if I really missed out on anything. 20 years of increased dividend and weekly options. Thank you kindly. Where was I? I missed a bunch of questions. Hey, James, what's your possible options list for Monday? Yeah, that's nice. I'll tell you tomorrow night. Okay, that is privileged information only for those who actually pay to play. All right, here we go. Matthew, 1% yield on quarterly basis is possible, but it's pretty high. Okay, Matthew, I know you work for someone else, but that's not what I'm looking for. What software is that you use, or do you have one you recommend? Got it. Uther, this is not software. This is a trading platform called Think or Swim. Okay? Okay, so hold up. We're going to get to those. Uber, software. Okay. Matthew, 1% yield on a quarterly basis is possible, but it's pretty high. Okay, Matthew, again, I like 1% per week, but that's okay. Teach me, Jay, like I said to everyone else, just keep coming back. I'm here every night. I've committed myself to be here every night until the end of the year. Okay, so keep coming back, keep learning, keep asking questions. Bankruptcy properties, $25,000, $250,000 piece of property. I have no idea what that means, John, because we're not talking about real estate. We're talking about dividend stocks and investing. I invest dividends. Yeah, I got that, Jay. We have a little bit different strategy, Jay. Storage doors paid by the foot, by the month, compounded yearly. Okay, John, you're definitely in the wrong conversation. Matthew, in price, I'm a little bit leery, we say. So there's no economic gain at all. Okay, Matthew, I'm not looking for economic gain. I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Now, Matthew, considering you're new here and you probably haven't looked yet, I'm going to show you. All right here. Here is part of my website, The 10-Minute Trader. Okay, this is all my social media sites. Okay, these are the 3 counts I share with you guys. I share 3 different counts. I have 6. Let's go all the way down to January. Matthew, you paying attention? Because I know people like you don't believe shit until you actually read it. Okay? Week number 1. Click on right here. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. I made 2.12% in January on this account. This account over here, I made 2.99% for 1 week in January. CVS, General Motors, Southwest Airlines, Comcast, and Ford. That's week number 1, January 2nd to January 4th. Week number 2, January 8th to January 11th, I think it was, whatever. Macy's, Ford, General Motors, Clorox, Lowe's, Ford. Okay, that was 1.3%, second week of January. This account here, 2.43% in January, second week of January. Lowe's, Comcast, Ford, General Motors. Now, Matthew, you can, if you like, spend your time looking week after week. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, blah, 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 blah. Where are we now? 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, all the way up to currently. Now, I didn't post last week's yet. I will do that sometime during the week. But I'm up over 80% in week number 1, up over 80% week number 2. Week number 3 is up over, account number 3 is up over 40%. And account number 3 has only been active since July. So, well over 1% per week consistently. AVGO. Did we look at AVGO yet? AVG. I think we looked at it last night. 164, the 165s, 165, 27. Okay, cool. All right, that looks interesting. Let's take a look at seasonality, the dividends, because I don't think I've ever bought AVGO. There has to be a reason why, and what is the reason? Okay, 20, 18, 17. Yeah, that's the reason right there. They started paying dividends in 2010. Which means they only have 14 years of dividends. That means no. Okay, 20 years or more. For me, if you like it, perfect. Good for you. Folks, just watch James for a while. It makes sense. Rude dude, what's happening? Didn't I just say that? All right, 86, surround sound. Yeah, I should get some surround sound. What do you think about, oh, hell no, PFLT? PFLT. Nope. Gain, Gain. Nope. Main, Main. Main. Nope. Oh. Nope. Okay, so who said that one? Hustle and Favor. No, 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 no. You want to go for one more? Okay. When I say rule number 4, I got 5 rules. Number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Number 2, never sell for a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number 4, weekly options only, not monthlies. Monthlies just don't work for this strategy. Don't work for me. TJX, Robert. TJX. Interesting. It's too close to the high for me, and I don't even know about the dividends. See where it is? Here's the high up here. Look, here's your bottom right down here. Okay, I don't like buying at the high. I like buying down here. After. So look what happens. It comes down. It bounces off the bottom, then goes up. Okay? At the high, it takes profit taking, brings it down. Here's the bottom. It bounces up and goes up. Okay? At the high, it comes down. Yeah. I don't like buying at the high. I will buy it as it turns around and goes back up again. What's your name on YouTube? RT from CLT. The 10-minute trader. It's actually in the bio up here, the top left corner. Okay, you can click on that. It goes to the 10-minute trader. Hollywood, you got to start streaming on Threads and Twitch. Okay, Hollywood, do me a favor. Send me a text. You got my number. Okay, believe it or not, Hollywood, I've actually talked to him. When I say send me a number, I will call you. Ask Hollywood right there, LA Soundwave. Ask him. I do call. Yeah. Send me a link to Threads. I've never heard of it. Now, Twitch I've heard of. And I'm thinking, I have the software in my computer to allow me to do streaming. If I knew how to use the software, I wouldn't need 7 cameras. I can only use 1. You know what I mean? But I probably should learn it. Either that or I got to hire someone in the office. Kivo, you're big time. Thank you for that. Tim, is Macy's too high for this week? Thoughts? All right, Tim, I can't tell you what to buy and I can't tell you when to buy because I have no idea anything about you. Okay? I don't know what your risk factors are. I have no idea what your dreams are. I have no idea how much money you have. I have no idea what your age. I have no idea anything. So I cannot give you any advice. What I could, but it would be based on my opinion. My opinion is totally different than yours. I don't give advice. I don't give tips. I make observations. Okay? High, low, high, low, high, low. Okay? And then I read numbers off of a chart. And then just give you my opinion. And I sing and dance and entertain. This is not any kind of advice. This is not any kind of tips. Nothing like that whatsoever. Alrighty. Look at SMCI. Got it. Thanks. You got it. Sniper, what's happening over here? Cool beans. All right. Biggs. I'll tell you what, Biggs. I will take a deep dive into QYLD, answer every single question you can possibly think of if you do me a favor first. And I'll watch all the comments coming in. You go into Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, or whatever financial website you choose. Then you figure out what is the rate of return annually. If I put my money into QYLD, you tell me, and this goes for you too with SMCI, the two of you. So let's see who gets it first. Okay, whoever gets it first, I'll give you a free week of whatever, anything. Anyway, tell me, number one, what is the yield for the year? That's number one. Number two, tell me how consistently they've increased their dividends. How many years have they consistently increased their dividends? Those are two things I asked for. You tell me those two, and I'll take a deep dive into each one of those. Can any member send me the Discord link? No. Oh, signed up today. Thanks in advance. All right, KG, we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. Actually, tonight when I send out the list for this week, I'll see if I can remember. Oh, wait a minute, KG, I called you this afternoon. Send me a text, because you have my phone number now. Send me a text to remind me about the Discord. All right? Muskie, and you probably believe that all this solar stuff is the way to go when it costs more emission to manufacture. You know, I'm going to believe you too, Muskie. Seriously, I am. It's don't get me wrong. Solar's great. Wind is great. All that is wonderful. It is probable, but what are the pros and cons? Okay, so I hear what you're saying. Monique, VIIX, hell no. VMAX, hell no. RP, no. No? No, there are 5 in my 401k. I feel bad for you, kiddo. I really do. Okay? Now, I understand that most people, when they invest, especially in their 401ks, you're limited to what the company offers. So here's my thoughts on a 401k. Number one, this is not for you specifically. This is in general. If your company is going to match your 401k deposits, they will have limitations. 5%, 3%, 15%, whatever it is. Match theirs exactly, because you're not going to get a better rate of return than what they're giving. Okay, it would be nice if you get to choose where the money goes. All of those 5 you just rattled off, I've never heard of any one of them. So more than likely, all 5 of those aren't on my particular list because I have a different trading strategy than whatever your company approves. Okay? Hey, Jim, you were the second gunman on the grassy knoll? You know what's interesting about that, Jim? Maybe even half the audience here doesn't even know what that means. But you do. If you understand that magic bullet bullshit, you know exactly what the second gunman on the grassy knoll means. It's in California. Okay, Robert, that doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, a company is either profitable or it's not. If it's profitable and they pay out dividends, that is on a list called Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Okay, if they're on one of those lists, then I know who they are. And weekly options. Okay, no weekly options, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. No 20 years of consistent profits, no thank you. Do you replay? Tico, do I record or replay? Yeah, this is being recorded right now. Every single one of my live events is recorded on YouTube. Okay, I'm not doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. Because they're going to ask, hey, Mom, Dad, where did all our money come from? Where did we get all this? Just in case they're curious. They'll see Papa G, that's me. See Grandpa or great-grandpa or whoever. I'm doing this for prosperity for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. You guys just so happen to be here to watch what I do. If it works, great. That's a question you should ask. Number one, does it make sense? Because it either makes sense or it doesn't. If it doesn't make sense, then you're just being entertained. Okay, ask questions. The better question you ask, the better your life is going to be. How do I make money? Go take a broom and sweep the street. Someone will give you some money. Okay, you want to make some money? Grab a bunch of newspapers, stand on the corner, and say, howdy, hey, here, yeah. Okay, you can do that. You ask a better question, you get a better answer. And the better question, and the more detailed your question can be, the better answers you're going to get. SMCI, you didn't even check for the SMCI like I asked you to. Okay? SMCI, seriously, dude, go check the financial reports. Okay? Go check Yahoo Finance. Look at the consistency of dividend increases MCI has. Look at what is the yield on an investment on MCI on a year-to-year basis. CLSK, what the hell is CLSK? CleanSpark, never heard of it. So they have weekly options. Great. Well, let's go to Yahoo Finance because I've never heard of CLSK. CLSK. Okay. That's why I've never heard of it. There are no dividends in this time period. Okay, no dividends, no thank you. Okay, iBit, we already looked at that one today. That's a no also. Okay, let's keep on going. SMC, thank you, Bama Redneck. He's right. 20 years of dividend. Simone, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. How are you today? Uther, I looked at T earlier. The numbers just don't work. Don't get me wrong. I like AT&T. Some weeks it's good. Most of the weeks it's not. The challenge I have with companies that are over 100 years old are the premiums they offer. Sometimes they're over 1%. Most of the times they're not. Blue 45. How are you today? All right. Are you long on Otis? No, I am not. Baking Blue, he is not long on anything. He only holds for a week or two. He's right. The longest I've ever held anything is 9 months, and I didn't do it because I wanted to. Oh, Youth, you want to see if AT&T is good for this week? Nope. Do you see how quick that was? It's at the high of the year. Why the hell would you buy at the high of the year? You're standing on top of a ladder reaching for the stars. You ain't going to do it. Okay, you don't know if this is the high. Your odds are 266 to 1 that is the high of the year. Okay, is tomorrow going to be higher? Well, your odds are 266 to 1. Do you really want to pay those odds? I sure don't. Okay, user 85890462. I'm going to call you Peter. Peter, you want to take a look at Ford? I like Ford. I actually own some Ford. Ford, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, sideways, up, sideways. Look at that channel. Isn't that pretty? That's freaking pretty. Let's zoom into that and take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let's open it up really big so we can see it really good. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, right now, that's the high of the 30-day period. Could it go higher? Yeah, it could. That's not a game that I want to play. Not a pony I want to ride. Not a cookie I want to sample. However you want to say it. If it's at the high right now, more than likely. Now, this is not guaranteed. The only guarantees in life are death and taxes. So, there's a possibility. Your bottom's way down here. Your high is right where it is at the moment. More than likely, it will probably come down. Probably not. Okay, honest, I don't think they're actually on that list. Okay, isn't it HNST? HNST? Yeah, that's a no. Sorry. 2 reasons. Okay, can you tell me the 2 reasons? Because I've been saying the exact same thing all night. It's at the high of the year. No, thank you. It's a monthly optionable stock. No, thank you. Isaac, does the $25 subscription include the Discord? Yes, it does. I missed my questions. Back. XRP. AGNC. Cole, I haven't done that yet. Oh, wow. I missed some questions. Target. All right. Sorry. I am sorry. Did you said about APA? We already did APA, kiddo. Sorry about that one. Jimmy, what do you think about Coney? Oh my goodness. CONY. What do you think I think about Coney? It's a monthly optionable stock. It's a hell no. Literally no premiums, no profits. WP. What is the lowest cost subscription you have? It's not a subscription. It's a Patreon. That means you pay whatever you think you want. You want to pay $1,000 a month? Fine, pay $1,000 a month. You want to pay $500 a month? Pay $500 a month. You want to pay $10,000 a month? I'll be more than glad to take it. It's just up to you. There is no minimums whatsoever, but there is a minimum if you want to be on the live trading. It doesn't have dividends. Yep. Okay. Is S&P overvalued? Don't know. I don't really pay attention to the S&P. Sorry. I only pay, you know what? I only look at things that actually have meaning to me specifically. And those are companies that are consistently profitable. Why would I want to look at something I'm not ever going to trade? Okay, S&P is just going to take up valuable space in my head, and I prefer not to. Brian, Target. I like Target, TGT. Okay, TGT just had, now Target is an awesome opportunity at this moment. What's the minimum cost? I have no idea what you're talking about. Target, here we go. Here's the high of the year, 182. The bottom of the year is, whoa, right here, 120. She shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, goes sideways a bit, and then the big, huge drop. Okay, so the big, huge drop. Let's take a look at it. There you go. 30 days ago, here's where we were, 150. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, up, down, up. Big, huge drop right here. This is because of earnings. Okay? 2 days to the upside. Me, I like 2 days to the upside. Wednesday's the 30-day bottom. Thursday was higher. Friday was higher. I most likely will be jumping into Target come tomorrow. Why? Well, number one, Target's over 100 years old. Number two, Target is a dividend king. They've consistently increased their dividends to their shareholders for more than 5 decades. You may not agree with their current policies. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes people get bullied into doing something that is stupid. They know it is stupid, but they have to do it anyway. This DEI stuff, whatever that crap that is, yeah, whatever. Okay, it backfired, but they're still a dividend king. They're still over 100 years old. They still increase their dividends. Look at the stock share, the share price. It's at 125. The bottom was 3 days ago. Okay, Thursday was higher. Friday was higher. I like 2 days to the upside. 1, 2. There you go. So what does Target usually do this time of year? The seasonality chart tells us. Okay, we're right about here. Okay, so for the rest of the year, hypothetically speaking, now this is not guaranteed. This is not guaranteed whatsoever. This just shows us what it did last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, 10 years. This is what it did the last 10 years. It went up a little bit, probably to the end of December before she starts going down. So if you're going to do a trade on Target, make sure you do it for just the 2 weeks. Hypothetically speaking, she should drop in all month of December. All right. Bo, what about Mosaic? M-O-S. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And let's put in Mosaic. M-O-S. Okay, here's Mosaic. Here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Here, sideways, down, up, down, up. 2637 to 2650s are going for 16 to 19. Can we all say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3. Hell no. Okay, it's going down, and the numbers just don't work. Okay, I like buying a stock as it's bouncing off the bottom. Well, this one is bouncing off the bottom. Take a look. That's a perfect bounce. Okay, there's your bottom here. 1 day, 2 days to the upside. Okay, fine. However, the numbers don't work. It's just not financially good for me. KG, holding stocks limits the cash flow. You have to make 1%, which limits your income. Okay, KG, we had this conversation this afternoon. Okay, I'm only looking for 1% a week. 1% a week is 50% per year. 20 years of increased dividends with weekly options only. Bama Redneck, that is so plain and simple. Everyone should be able to understand that. This strategy is extremely conservative. It kind of is, because we're only doing companies that are consistently profitable. If you're not consistently profitable, why the hell would you put your money into it? Any good finds tonight? Well, so far we found a couple. Yep, we did. Thoughts on QYLD? Okay, now I asked earlier for someone to take a look at the numbers for QYLD. I'll ask you the same thing. Before I look at QYLD, because I already know, I'm pretty sure you don't know. Okay, I know about QYLD. You don't, because if you knew, you wouldn't be asking me. So, what I want you to do, user 692-138-92-1266. I'm going to call you Alfred. All right, Alfred. Go to a financial website. Find out how often has QYLD increased their dividends. Have they increased their dividends for 20 consecutive years? That's question number one to ask. Question number two, what is the yield this year for QYLD? If you put your money into it at this moment in time, based on the numbers that they have, the numbers are already there. It tells you what the yield is for the year so far. Tell me what that is, and then come back to me, and I'll take a deep dive into QYLD and answer all your questions, and your life will be so much better. Gareth, thank you for sharing. You are welcome. Where can I get one of those t-shirts? Okay, V-Chen, believe it or not, I'm supposed to be offering them on my website. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Sorry, which dividend stock has 1% a week? There's over 300 of them that offer over 1% a week. Rude dude. Oh, T. Yeah, we're going to look at T. It's going to be no. Albert, HNDL. I never heard of it. HNDL. Strategy shares. Hell no. Okay, when I say monthly doesn't work, why do you consistently ask me about monthlies? Okay, you must not be paying attention. When I say weeklies only, why are you asking me about monthlies, Albert? Thanks, Billy Massey. All right. The Money Ride. Cool. Chill MAGA. Just a chill president. Cool beans, Yuli. 86. 1% from premiums received on covered calls, not dividends. Thank you, 86. Sometimes people just don't understand. Folks, just watch James for a while. It makes sense. I'm in month number 4 doing this. Rude dude, month number 4. I'm kind of curious. How you doing? Bama Redneck. None. He uses dividend stocks to get 1% weekly on the options, not the premium. Okay. Hims and her. Both of those are no, dude. Seriously. Rice Soul. Hims. HIMS. Okay. Now, it does have weekly options. Okay. The chart's right there. Interesting. But let's go and see what the dividends look like. HIMS. Imagine that. There are no dividends in this time frame. So that means no. Okay, we already looked at Ford. Okay, user, whatever. What the hell were you thinking? That's right. Ooh, Gen Xer. Fellow brother, how are you? I'm a 64. Anyway, Kohl's. I like Kohl's. I have a bunch of Kohl's. All right. Kohl's, here we go. The high of the year back in March. What is that? 29.50. A year ago we're at 23. Jumps up, goes sideways, drops. The bottom was does it look like a Thursday? That was the bottom. Yep, Thursday. Check that out. The new bottom, 16.25. Is that right? What was it? 16.30. No. 16.12, the bottom. That was on Thursday. Friday was an update. I like 2 days to the upside before I jump into anything. Now, I do have Kohl's already at 23.23. I more than likely will be dollar cost averaging down because look at where it is. It's on its way up after the bottom of the year. Okay, at the 17. Let's actually do it 17. Look at that. If I buy it tomorrow morning at 17.09, I sell the 17s, I can collect 108. That's nuts. That's over 5%. Let's take a gander. All right, let's get out of here. Let's change this to a covered call. We like the 17s, so we're going to buy the 17s right there. We're going to do just one contract. So you can do one contract, you do 100 contracts, you can do whatever you want. Okay? Now, let's take a look at Kohl's. And I'm going to record this one because I like it. Which one are you analyzing? Like PB, this is Kohl's, KSS. Okay. Now, I'm going to hit record, so I'm going to record this one. So let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to here. And let's go back to a year. Okay, we're going to record this one because this one looks good. This one's record ready, okay? Good afternoon, everyone. We're taking a look at Kohl's, KSS. Does the stock look good? Does it not? Maybe it will. Let's take a look. Here's the high of the year right here back in March at 29.50. The bottom was just recently at 16.30. She goes from 23 a year ago, shoots up, goes sideways, drops down, bounces on Thursday to go to the upside. I like 2 days to the upside before I jump into anything, but let's take a look at the numbers. What does it look like? Well, let's get out of that. Let's do a covered call. Already preset. There we go. The current price right now is $17.09. So if I buy it first thing tomorrow morning at 17, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 17, well, what am I going to walk away with? Well, Here on Thinkorswim, we can go right down and we can take a look at what is one contract going to look like. Here's the numbers. Buy one covered call, KSS 100s. Those are the weeklies. That means it expires on Friday. I buy it on Monday, it expires on Friday. So whoever buys it from me has between Monday morning and Friday afternoon to act to buy that stock from me to make their profit. Where's my profit? My profit is right here, $104 per share. Okay, so I get my calculator out, clear that out of there. $104.50 is the profit. Right here, see that? Buy one covered call, KSS 100, those are the weeklies. 29 November 24, that is this coming Friday. Okay, so at 4 o'clock p.m., you can no longer do anything with this option. So you have between Monday morning and Friday afternoon to do whatever you want to do when you buy an option. Okay, that being said, November 29th, that's it. The $17 call strike against the coal stock at the market to open. That's my order. That's what I want to buy. One covered call. That's buying 100 shares, selling one call option for someone to buy it from me at $17 by the 29th of November, the close. Now, my break even is right here, $15.95. So if the stock closes at $15.95 or higher, I have a profit. So if the stock goes up from the current price, $17.09, I make a profit. If the stock stays the exact same, I still make my profit. The stock can even come down a little bit all the way to $15.95. Anything above $15.95 will be a profit. That's three different. Stocks only go in three directions: up, down, or sideways. All right. My maximum profit on this trade, $104.50. What is it going to cost me to do this trade? So to do this trade, I have to buy 100 shares. And my profit is 104, and I divide it by the cost of the 100 shares. 100 shares is $1,596.15. Now, my rate of return, hypothetically speaking, if everything goes right, if the stock stays above 17 by Friday, well, I'm going to make 6.54%. So what does that mean? Well, number one, does it make sense? Buy coals at 17.09. Sell somebody the right, not the obligation, through what is called a covered call to buy it from me for almost the exact same price I just paid for it. What am I collecting? I'm collecting $104.50 for each contract that I do. One contract equals 100 shares. So I buy 100 shares, I sell one contract. I make $104. Now, what happens on Friday? If the stock is above 17, well, someone's going to buy them from me. So if I buy them Monday at 17, somebody buys them from me Friday at 17, and I collect $104, which is the premium per contract. That is a 6.54% return for 1 week on coals. So the questions you should be asking yourself: number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like coals? Number three, if I bought coals, am I willing to hold on to it for a long period of time until it hits my target? What's my target? $17. How long is it going to take coals to hit $17? Okay, if it doesn't make it this week, I'll sell another covered call next week, do the exact same thing. And then I'll do another covered call the next week until it hits $17. Rule number one, never buy a company you don't understand. Rule number two, never sell at a loss. Okay? Rule number three, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number four, make sure there's weekly options. And rule number five, make sure the numbers work. Well, the numbers do work for calls. 6.54%. Wait a minute. 6.54% for the week. That works for me. You guys have a great day. Cool, that one's saved. I like that one. All right, shot that video. So coals looks good. I'm going to write that one down for tomorrow. Now, I already own Kohl's, but I have no problem buying it into another account. Okay, so Matt, I'm new here. Only kings and aristocrats? No, Matt, I like dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, and dividend contenders. Joel, AGNC, we already looked at that one. Swim Desk in New York City. Okay. Dividend across multiple broker strategy planning. Think or Swim Robinhood. And which other? Okay. V Chen, question. Are you selling options against stocks? V Chen, yes I am. AGNC, Joel, we already looked at that one. All right. Matt, thank you. I have never heard of the champions or contenders. Ooh, Matt. Dividend champions, 24. Wait a minute. Dividend champions, companies that's 300 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 20. Wait a minute. No. Contenders, there's 300 contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased dividends. The champions is 150 different companies that have increased for 25 years or more. Joel, AGNC, I already said no. mRNA. Diva, how are you doing today? mRNA. Wait a second. Let's get out of here. Let's change this. And let's go back to this. And now we'll look at mRNA. mRNA. Alrighty. Now, Moderna. The high of the year was 170.47, and that was the end of May. The bottom was Thursday, yesterday. A year ago, we're at 78.80. Shoots up, drops down, bouncing off that bottom. Look at the bottom here. Okay, hold on. Last 30 days, right there. Here we go. 30 days ago, 53. She jumps up to 58, comes down, hits it last Friday. Not the Friday that just passed. A week ago Friday. That's the bottom right there. She went up, pulled back, now she's up again. I like 2 days to the upside. Okay, so if this is the new bottom on Thursday, Friday was up. I'm looking for one more up day before I jump in. Diva. Is that okay? Okay, now, currently, it's at 41.80. So the 42s are going for 87 cents. That is more than 2%. Okay, if you like mRNA. So I'm going to write that one down. mRNA. All right. Karan Prickett, thoughts on Coney with price movement and high dividend yield. Okay, what was it? Karan Prickett. No. Okay, we already did Coney this afternoon, or this evening. Okay, Coney is a monthly optionable stock. Apparently you weren't paying attention to the 5 rules. Rule number 4, weekly options only. No monthlies, no thank you. Okay, Kawari? No, Kawaria. XRP is not a dividend stock. KG, if you compound that 1%, it's actually way more than 52% if you don't withdraw it. Yeah, KG, 1% compounded weekly is 62% per year. I think if I say 62% per year, most people get freaked out. They get freaked out when I say 50% per year. Okay? SCLD as a dividend. Charles, please do me a favor. Check the rate of return for SCHD, and then come back to me. Okay, so Charles, the next entry I want to see from you saying SCHD has blank yield. Okay, and then tell me how many years of consistent dividends they have. Then I'll take a deep dive into SCHD. I was thinking, was weekly sell puts into zinc. Okay. Play that SCMI game. Brian Cure, how are you today? All right. Intel, sell puts till December. Okay. INTZ. I actually own some Intel. Okay, so Intel, the high is 51 back in December. Okay, she drops, goes sideways, drops, goes sideways, drops, goes sideways. Now she's at 24.50. I can actually buy it at 24.70. The 25s are going for 29. That is well over 1%. So the question is, do you like Intel? Do you like Intel at this current price? Okay, let's take a look at the seasonality. What does Intel usually do this time of year? Well, this time of year, Intel, look at the fourth quarter. Here's the fourth quarter. Okay? Come on. We all can read. Okay? Usually, fourth quarter, she goes up. We're at Intel. Here we are right now. The last week of November. So we had last week of November to the end of the year. It goes to the upside. That's 10 years worth of data. Okay? That's what it is. 10 years worth of data. Can it continue doing that? Yes, it can. Just because it did it before, does it mean it's going to do it again? Nope. But the odds and probabilities are in my favor, and that works for me. I like odds and probabilities in my favor. It's actually that plain and simple. All right, so that's Intel. Let's go back to here. All right, there we go. Yo, look good today, Solana. Thank you very much. No nickname joined. Cool. Intel's on my list. I like Intel. Actually, I do own some Intel. I like Papa. All right, way to go. Okay, John. Doesn't matter. Boss chart it. Hey, John, you got to tell me which one we charting. John, Papa. All right, you want to take a look at Papa, John? PAPA. WO Group Incorporated. It has no options. It's a no. Sorry. BITX. BITX. Okay, interesting. 2x Bitcoin strategy ETF. That's going to be a no. The only reason it's going to be a no for two reasons. Okay, reason number one, it's at the high of the year. No, thank you. Reason number two, I can almost guarantee with 100% accuracy it doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends. Rude dude, GPC. Dude, do you have any idea that GPC has 7 decades? 7 decades of increased dividends. 7. That's 70 years of increased. Most of you in this audience are not 70 years old. Dennis Mancini, how are you today? Cool beans, dude. All right, let's talk Hershey. Victor, Hershey, HSY. HSY. Interesting. 174, 175, 175. Almost. Let's take a look. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at that big fat channel. And then she breaks down, bounces off this bottom, shoots back up. We're currently at 175. The 175 is going from 155 to 180. You might squeeze your 1% out of there, but before we do, let's take a look at the chart. A year ago, we're at 191. The high of the year, 212, bottomed out in the middle of May. From there, she drops to the bottom, and the bottom was Tuesday. Tuesday is the bottom of the year. Look at this. Down, up, retrace, down, back up. Friday makes me want to wonder. Okay? She opened up higher, but then she pulled back a little bit. So what's going to happen on Monday? Victor, what do we think? What's going to happen on Monday? Okay? Tuesday's the bottom of the year. Okay? Wednesday was higher. Thursday was higher. Friday was higher. But Friday was the down day. It actually pulled back on Friday. So what's going to happen on Monday? Okay? If you like it, you might get your 1%. Because the numbers over here have me going 1% if I'm lucky. Oops, missed a bunch of questions. We're at 11 o'clock. Holy cow. I missed a bunch of questions. All right, here we are. ChatGPT suggested OLO. Really? Never heard of it. OLO. Yep. Yeah, what the hell? You gotta trust a computer? Have you not seen enough Terminator movies? Seriously. Look, it's at the high of the year. That's a no. It's a monthly optionable stock. That's a no. I've never heard of it, so I have no idea what to say about it. No idea. Thoughts on XRP? Brandon, XRP is not a dividend stock. Guidance, how are you? I am wonderful. Guidance, we already looked at ExxonMobil today. Okay, Clarion Prickett. All right, Sierran. Fairly new here. What do you not like about monthly income stocks? I don't want monthly income. I want weekly income. I thought I was pretty clear about that. Why wouldn't you trade SPY? Bally's boy. Wow, ballsy boy. All right, hold on a second. Now, ballsy boy, you do know that this is live on YouTube. So when I change to go to YouTube Yahoo Finance, it's going to be really bright here. I don't know how to make it that night vision for you to see it. So let's go take a look at SPY. Okay, SPY. First thing I want to do with SPY is read you some of the dividends. Okay, let's go back to 2000. Okay, we're only going to go back to 2000 because SPY has dividends going way back. All right, you ready? Now, I want you to pay attention closely because when I say I want consistent profits, a consistent profit means if I make $1 million this year, next year I want to make more than $1 million. Let's say I make $1.5 million. Then the next year I want to make $1.7 million. Then the next year I want to make 2. Then the next year I want to make 2.1. The next year I want to make 2.2, 2.5, 3, 3.7. I want to consistently go higher and higher and higher. I don't want in this bullshit 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I don't want any of that bullshit. Consistently increasing. Are you ready? We're going to start at 2000 and go from there. Okay, you ready? 2000, 37 cents a share. Okay? March 2000, 37. June 2000, 35. Already starting out going backwards. That's not good. Okay, let's go a little further. September, okay, folks, 37 to 35. That's backwards. 38, 41, 32. That's backwards again. 35, 37, 39, 33. Backwards again. 35, 38, 44, 35. Backwards again. So it's going up, it's going down. It's going up, it's going down. It's going up, it's going down. How can you possibly tell me that that's consistent profits? That's not consistent profits. That's up and down. So one quarter you make money, the next quarter you don't make as much. One quarter you make money, next quarter you don't make as much. No. I want consistently increasing. Okay, 52 to 40, backwards. 41, 37, 35, backwards. 57, 47, backwards. But wait, it gets worse. It continues to do this all through the whole 20 years. 52, 67, 52, backwards. 56, 58, 79, 55, backwards. 66, 72, 78, 64, backwards. 67, 69, 72, 56, backwards. 52, backwards. 51, backwards. 48, backwards. 53, 60, 65, 55, backwards. 63, 77, 61, backwards. 69, 78, 102, 69, backwards. Fucking goes up and down, up and down. No consistency whatsoever. But wait, it gets worse. It really does. Hold on a second. Let's check it out. What is the annual yield so far for SPY? Are you ready for this bullshit? You ready? 1.23% for the year. Not a week, not a month, not a quarter. The year. Explain to me, ballsy boy, why you think 1.23% for a year is a good idea. Why is 1.23% a good investment? Seriously. Okay? Cat got your tongue? Don't answer that one. 1.23% is not a good investment, in my humble opinion. You like the spiders? More power to you. $593 a share, and you want to get 1.23%? Yeah. What the hell are you thinking? What the hell are you smoking? That might be a good t-shirt. Will you say the XRP will blow up? No, I will not. I don't trade XRP. It doesn't concern me whatsoever. Mark, Trader Kev, MRK. Check it out. I like Mark, I do. Here's the high of the year, 135. The bottom is at 94. She starts out at 101 last year. She shoots up, pulls back. She's bouncing off this bottom right here. Let's zoom into that and see what the last 30 days look like. Last 30 days, right about here. Okay, so 30 days ago, we're at 106. We drop, go sideways, drop. Here's the bottom. A week ago Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to the upside. But Friday was a down day. She opened up higher, and then she closed lower than the previous close. So not 100% sure how I feel about that. I finally get it and am in my third option. Sweetie Swag. Awesome. I'd like to hear, Sweetie Swag, really, I'd like to hear how you did in your first week. Okay? Even if you're just practicing, I'd still like to hear. You know? I thought you were Tony Hawk for a second. I get that all the time. Is AT&T still a viable dividend stock after the decrease? All right, user dude. Okay, AT&T is not decreasing. Look at where it is. AT&T is at the high of a year. Friday was a high of the year for AT&T. I don't buy anything at the high of the year. KG, someone said it's a conservative, but you aren't going to fund a potential 50% gain with minimal risk. Okay, it's Peter, not user whatever. Sorry, Peter. It says user 8589046263952. Peter's a lot easier, though, but I do appreciate that. But KG, people can say whatever they want. Okay, Dennis, we already looked at Coles tonight. Sorry, dude. Already did Coles. All right, KG, I hear what you're saying. Really, honestly, I do. Okay? Now, I showed you my rates, my returns. Okay? Okay, where we got? Let's go to right here. Okay, week 30. Week 30, fourth week, third quarter. Okay, there's 52 weeks in a year. Each quarter has 13 weeks. Okay? So, week 30 for the year, fourth week, third quarter. Okay? MPW, Siri, General Electric, Nextera, Walgreens, CVS, MPW. Okay? I made 3.36% that week in this one account. This account here, 1.45. AEO, Bitto, Kohl's, Walgreens. Win, Walgreens, Macy's, AEO. This account over here, 2.86% for the week. MPW, Siri, General Electric, Nextera, Walgreens, CVS, MPW. Every single trade I've made this year is posted online. People are always going to say, you can't do this, you can't do that. And if that's the way you want to think and that's the people you want to listen to, you got a couple of choices. Either stop listening to them or hang out with a better group. Okay? If the people you hang out with aren't making more money than you, you're hanging out with the wrong group. It's actually that simple. If the people you're hanging out with aren't giving you positive feedback, aren't on board with you trying to do better in your life, that's a you thing. If you want to hang out with people that aren't making as much money as you want to make, you definitely need a new circle of friends. Terribly sorry, I do not hang out with the same kids I hung out with in high school. I do have my 4 or 5 best friends that I had in high school, and they're still my friends. I still talk to them once or twice a month. Okay? Now, the people I was friends with 2 or 3 years ago, they're not my friends anymore. They're not doing what I am doing. Okay? I like to hang out with people who make more money than I do. Okay, so the people that I hang out with make more money than I do. Those are the people I want to hang out with. I bought Kohl's and Macy's last week. Cool beans. David. All right, so David Nazari. How are you doing, David Nazari? You want me to look at NVIDIA. Now, I understand a lot of people like NVIDIA. They've been around for a while. I understand that. I get it. But what I don't understand is why people would buy NVIDIA without doing research on the company. What do I mean by research? What is the company's book value? Do you even know what a book value is? If the court ordered the corporation to liquidate and pay off all their debts and all their investors, you would get $2 a share. That's the book value. If Ford, General Motors all went, were ordered to liquidate and pay off their shareholders, at least their shareholders would get more money than the current stock value. It's called book value. If the book value on NVIDIA is $2, why the hell are you buying, what is it, in the 130s? NVDA. 141. So 142. And the book value is $2. Do you know what the dividend is for NVIDIA? The dividend on NVIDIA is 1 cent per share. Why the hell would you invest in that? That's just a question. I got Kohl's at 16.16 last week. Oh, sweetie swag. Cool beans. Nicely done. When is Kohl's dividend date, though? Well, it's not in October. It's not in November. There it is. It's in December. Okay, Kohl's dividend is in December, which means it will be on my list for tomorrow. Okay. All right, what other questions do we have? Matt, Thinkorswim trading platform. When is Kohl's dividend? We already did that. Jay wants to look at NCNC. Now, Jay, I'm going to ask you a kind question. Why the hell are you investing in NCNC? It has no options. Oh, that's why. It's at 10 cents a share. Yeah, good luck with that one. Okay, I'm way past that point in my life where I want to take that kind of a risk. What about MEK? Trader Kev, MEK, what the heck is that? MEK. Anytime I say, what the heck is that? It's usually going to be a no. It's not even pulling up. Secretariat. I already own some Kohl's like you. We'll sell calls on those, but we'll sell puts on new positions Monday. Secretariat, awesome plan, dude. I plan on doing the same thing. However, here on this channel, you know I do not talk about puts. But in a private conversation, I would. I traded Kev, we already looked at Merck. Oh, we got 7 minutes left, and I got too many questions, so we're not going to look at anything else. I'm just going to answer the questions. And overnight, boom, no resistance. Cool. Pete, how are you today? Albion, haven't seen you in a while. What do you mean you found a new bottom for Ford in your TikTok? Uh-oh. Which TikTok are you talking about? I did quite a bit of TikToks on Ford. I've been doing videos on TikTok for about 2 years, and Ford came up at least 5 or 6 times throughout every single video I've done. Ford, at this moment in time, the bottom for the year is back in August. Okay, that's the bottom for the year. Okay, so there's bottom for the year, there's bottom for the week, bottom for the month, bottom for 90 days, 60 days, 120 days. It all depends on which stock you're talking about. So yeah, I probably found the bottom for Ford several times this year. Okay, because right here, look, There's the bottom for Ford right there. That's back in May. See, here's the high. Here's the bottom. You really have to take into context how old is that video that you were looking at. Each video I've done on TikTok has a date and is a date stamp. X Musk. White, how are you doing today? ADMA, Biological, never heard of them. NCNC. All right, Jay, already looked at NCNC. It's going to be a no. MRK, Trader Kev, already looked at that one. Why not Kohl's at 750? Victor, I said I like Kohl's. I don't know where you got to know from. Okay, why not 1750? Yeah, 1750. Look at the numbers on Kohl's. Okay? The 17 is 108. Okay? You actually be walking away with 99 cents because you're losing 9 cents right off the top. Buying it at 1709, you're selling it at 17, you'll get $1.08. But you're losing 9 cents. You take 9 cents off that, you're walking away with 99 cents. So 99 cents on a $17 stock, that is close to 5%. Well, actually, it is over 5%. The 1750s, you're picking up 81. Okay, that's about 4%. Okay, the 18s, you're picking up 70 cents. That's 3.5% plus the difference between 1709 and 18. That's another 91 cents. It all depends on the numbers. Victor, I personally like the 17s because it's a safer trade. It's already in the money. The 1750s are out of the money, which means the stock has to go up. Okay? Has to go up in order for you to be back out and making money. Do you already look at Macy's? Yes, we did. We already looked at Macy's. Okay, Victor already looked at Hershey's. Ooh, Fairly 2X, AAP. Advanced Auto Parts. I actually have some of that. Okay, the high of the year, 89. The bottom of the year, 35. And the last couple of weeks, check that out. 30 days. Here's the last 30 days. Okay? Down, up, down, up. Okay. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to the upside. We're at 41. The 41 is going for 72. That's over 1.5%. Fairly X, AAP. I'm going to write that one down for next week. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm done in like 3 minutes because I still have to send out the emails to all my followers to see what stocks we're actually looking at tomorrow. Chainlink, never heard of it. MRK, we already looked at that one. QCOM, haven't looked at it. We'll have to look at it tomorrow. QCOM. Poseidon's Last Molar. Dude, I'm just getting ready to leave. Mike Miller Jr., how would you compose the wording to ChatGPT to meet the list of your criteria? Yeah, Mike, I tried it once. ChatGPT doesn't give me the whole list I'm looking for. Okay? List for me every stock that has consistently increased its dividend payments to its shareholders for a minimum of 50 years. There's a try. Try that one. Merck is a no, not 1%. Okay. Use, I just missed that one. I missed some questions. All right, Sweetie Swag, use a dark screen Chrome app to make the screen black. You can switch from white to black. Sweetie Swag, if I knew how to do that, I'd be in a lot better position than I'm in. Okay, I know how to turn it on. I know how to use simple functions. Certain things I just don't know how to do. Michael David Robinson, NTR, KHC, MOS, KMB, MRK, and SLB. NTR. What the heck is NTR, dude? NTR. Nutrien. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. Nice, dude. I like that. NTR and 48.75, the 49s. No, dude. Look at NTR. Okay? NTR, the 47s, okay, 50 cents. Cool. That would work. Cool. Cool. All right, we got 1 minute left. Let me see if I can get rid of the rest of these questions. Eli Lilly, Papaloose. Great job, Eli Lilly. I have no association with Night Eye. I have no idea what that means. Sweetie Swag. I had 100 shares of SCHD, so I sold an option and made a premium of 340 profit. Sweetie Swag. Awesome. Archer Aviation's not on my list. Sorry. I was looking at Kohl's, and it started paying dividends in 2011. And the dividend dropped 2021. Yep, I know that. AAP, got that one. Why covered call? Victor, okay, now, Victor, when I told the story, okay, the reason I created this trading strategy was because my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008 jumped up in my lap and said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's how I came up with the covered call strategy against a dividend-paying stock just before the dividend goes up, which is just before the EX date. You put all those together and you come up with a covered call against a good quality dividend stock just before they pay a dividend, because that's when the dividend stocks go up in value. The stocks go up for two reasons only: a known reason or an unknown reason. And we can't plan for an unknown reason because they just pop up. Why isn't it an exception? Why is an exception for Kohl's? Interesting question. Andrea, James, can we look at MGM? I believe they do weeklies. I don't remember hearing about MGM. Okay, nice, interesting. 3850, the 3850s, that's going to be a no. It should be 38s. 38s, okay. Okay, so we have, Andrea, I have a minor issue with MGM. Look at the last trade. Last trade, 3780. The bid, 3736. The ask, 3850. This bid ask is way too wide. It should be hypothetically right at 38. Which the 38s are going for 40 cents, which is over 1%. And it's bouncing off of the bottom here. So here's the low of the year. Now it's up to here. But Friday was a down day, so I'm not quite sure if it's turning around. Bloomberg say they are low and will go up. Could very well be. I was replying to comments a while ago. Okay, got it. Draco. Do you answer your TikTok questions? Draco, yes, I do. But Draco, you got to remember, TikTok is not the only platform I'm streaming on. Okay, I get Instagram over here, Facebook there, Twitter here, YouTube there, another TikTok here, and another YouTube down there. So you're not the only person on the dance floor. It takes me a while to get to all the other questions. Sweetie Swag, thank you for that. What does a seasonality chart look like for Kohl's? Okay, I'm sorry, dudes. I'm past 11:30. I have a lot of stuff because today's Sunday, which means I got to get lists prepared and emails prepared to send out to my my morning trading group. So I can't go through all the stuff I'd like to. Seasonal chart look like Kohl's. I like the seasonal chart on Kohl's. Will you review Twin? Twin, isn't that? I have no idea what Twin is. Usually, if I have no idea what something is, it's usually going to be a no. TWIN, Twin. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Andrea, it does have weekly options, but no dividends. Ew, that's yucky. ChatGPT has given me a lot of misinformation when I ask about this stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't use it. It's free. Google Dark Screen add-on. Click it and it will install. Ooh, I'll have to check that one out. NVDL, no. Twin, have to wait. Bud, hell no. NVDL, no. All right, so that's all the questions. I finally got caught up with all the questions. Dennis, let's quickly do Harley Davidson because I do have some Harley Davidson. I really like to get rid of it. Ooh, look at this. And it's going on to the upside. It's at 33.55. Check that out. Now, I've jumped into Harley Davidson about a month ago. 30 days ago, right there. Okay, 30 days ago, the high was at 35. The bottom was at 30. Where is it? Right there. 31.32. She jumps up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. Now she's going back up, back to the rise. 33.39. The 34s are going for about 1% at the money. That's what I want to do. I want to get rid of my Harley Davidson. All that being said, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Dennis, you have a great evening also, and thanks for chiming in. Off. Catch you guys later on Twitter. All right, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. And out of here. Uh-oh, I didn't finish with you guys. You guys have a lovely evening.